Hello guys, so today we are here to solve our daily LeetCode challenge for the day, and this challenge is find the prefix of common array of two arrays. Find the prefix common array of two arrays. So this heading is not very clear. Find the prefix common array of two arrays. So we have to find common array, but what is this prefix common array? Let's try to understand by going through the problem statement. So in this it is mentioned that you are given two zero-indexed integer permutations a and b of length n. And then in the last line it is mentioned what is a permutation meant, what is the meaning of permutation. So it is saying a sequence of n integers is called a permutation if it contains all integers from 1 to n exactly once. So as we all know, the common meaning of permutation is that rearrangement of the things. And it is saying that if the array of length n is there, then it will be containing elements of all the elements from 1 to n exactly once. And these two arrays are rearrangement of numbers from 1 to n, different order. So a is having some order of numbers from 1 to n, and b is having some other order of numbers from 1 to n. They are all containing the same number 1 to n, but in different orders. A's order is different, b's order is different. Okay, now a prefix common array of a and b is also an array, okay, and it is an array C such that C of I is equal to the count of numbers that are present at or before the index I in both a and b. C of I is equal to the count of numbers that are present at or before the index I in both a and b. So C of I is equal to the count of numbers that are present at or before the index I in both a and b. So it's this problem is it's asking us to find till index I how many numbers are what is the count of numbers that are present at at or before the index I in both a and b. So if some number is occurring two times, okay, at both a and b, so if some number is occurring at in both the arrays before the index I, so that count we have to maintain till the result I array. So let me solve this problem, then these things will be little clear. So since a and b both are of the same length, so we'll be taking the length. So now the importance of taking length here is that a and b, they are of length n, but the content is also from 1 to n, okay. So the content is also from 1 to n. So result will be declaring one result array, and this result array will be of length n, and then we'll be declaring one frequency array, frequency new int array n plus 1. So why are we taking this frequency array of length n plus 1? See, usually our array indexes will be starting from index 0, okay, but the number content is only in between 1 to n, is only in between 1 to n. So the last index will be equal to n. So in order to accommodate the last index, we have to have n plus 1 elements. So with this, what we will do, that we will go to that int I is equal to 1, I less than equal to n plus plus I, and then what we will do, that in the frequency we'll check if frequency of a of, now see, the number itself is between 1 to n, but the index will be 0 to n minus 1. So index 0 to n minus 1, in order to have 0 to n minus 1, we have to bring down the values by 1. And in order to do that, what we'll have to do, int ai, so I is 1, I minus 1 will have to do, okay, and we'll be incrementing this value. will be incrementing this frequency array value. So see, I should explain the philosophy of this solution beforehand, that it makes more sense here. Okay, so what we are going to do, see, at every index we want to find how many elements till that index have occurred, have already occurred, you know, in both the arrays A and B. So in this case, see, at index 0 the element is 1, and at index 0 in the array B is element 3. So 1 has occurred and 3 has occurred, but none of the numbers have occurred twice. But at index 1 3 has occurred, and here 1 has occurred. So see, at index 1, two numbers have occurred, twice. So that's why here the answer is 2. At index 3, 2 is there, and here also 2 is there. So 3 numbers have occurred, so that's why it is 3. And at index 4, obviously the remaining number is there, so that's why it is 4. So in order to, figure out which numbers have occurred, what we are doing this frequency, and frequency is going to be the size of 1 to n. Okay, and in order to have the last index n, in the array as index, we need to have array of size n plus 1. That's why this frequency is here declared as n plus 1. Okay, since we need number n as index, hence the length of the frequency array is n plus 1, is declared as n plus 1. Okay, so we'll have to increment this for what is the occurrence at I minus 1, and also we can put a check if frequency of a of I minus 1 is equal to 2, then we'll be incrementing the count. Okay, same with B. Frequency of B of B I minus 1, if it is equal to 2, then also we'll be incrementing the count, but we have not declared the count variable, so we'll have to declare the count variable somewhere. Let's declare it here. Okay, and this value will be putting in, will be putting in result of I minus 1 is equal to count. Okay, and then further down we'll be just returning this result. Okay, I hope this is clear to everybody. See, basically what we are doing to track which numbers have occurred till index I, we are using this frequency array. Frequency array is, an array which is being used here as a map. Okay, and this array contains indexes from 0 to n. We are only going to be using index value from 1 to n, but since we cannot skip that, so we have to have 0 as well as, as also as the index in the frequency array. So now with this, we are having this frequency array, and then we are returning this result. Okay, so let me, just return this and see how it is performing. So let me just run this. Perfect. Let me just submit this. Perfect. So I hope you liked this solution. Thanking you. Thanks one and all. Happy coding. Best wishes. Keep rocking.